Can I drink coffee while we're doing this?
It's already happening.
Oh no.
When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls, whenever candlelights flicker, where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present.
I have nowhere to hide this.
Right there.
Where
By your artifact.
Where can I hide my
Don't
shame?
worry. Katie brought a half brick.
Looks like a house. And we're gonna be talking about a house.
Welcome back to my channel, and if you guys didn't already know, I have a sister. And
I'm sorry.
she is the founder of the Witchery.ca. Hashtag the Witchery.ca. The Witchery.
Remember when we went to Arizona Rock Show and they spelt the name bad wrong and I was the Witchery?
In some circles, she's known as the Witchery. But today, she's Katie, my sister.
Hello.
Recently, I was reading a book about weird Edmonton, which is where we're from, and the author took it upon himself to talk about our old house as if he knew anything about it.
And no one knows anything about it.
No, because no one talks to the sources, which is us and our mom, who is not currently here, but we're gonna patch her in. She doesn't know it yet, but she's gonna be a part of this. I guess it all began with, well, that wasn't the first time a book.
No, Haunted Canada?
Ghost Stories of Alberta
Yes.
was our first foray into
The publishing world.
that we weren't included
Yeah,
in.
that we weren't included in, exactly.
And then there was, which we don't have a copy of the book with us today.
I did, but I just kind of threw it away after I read it because it was, everything in it was wrong, and I couldn't even read the other stuff after.
Well, how can you believe it?
I know, right? Ugh.
So that was the first time, and then the next time was a TV series, I think.
Yeah.
And Audrey, our mom, wrote into the, I guess, the television series and was like, "Thank you so much for the actress who portrayed me. She was very beautiful. However, those stories were incorrect, and who were your sources?" And that was number 2. And then 3, Weird Edmonton. I was casually reading Weird Edmonton because I thought, hey, maybe there's some interesting things that I didn't know about our city, and this is a great way to find out. Within the first 10 pages, I read this abomination. The Firkins house. In Fort Edmonton Park, you will find a well-preserved home originally owned by Dr. Ashley M. Firkins, a highly regarded American adventurer and dentist who moved to Edmonton from Chicago in 1912. That story checks out so far. Step inside and see if you feel the hair on your arms stand on end. There's a good chance you will. Some people have claimed to see a woman's spirit floating by a bookcase. Some swear they've witnessed a dummy, a ventriloquist doll, suddenly appearing in the cupboards. Others have spoken about seeing the ghost of a young boy who is sickly. Not quite, but getting closer. Still others say the boy is actually a teenager studying a book of magic. According to some of the stories, the boy was Dr. Firkins' son. After being padlocked in a storage space, he was murdered by his father.
I did not hear that one.
Me either. In 1992, when Fort Edmonton Park's officials were getting the Firkins house from the family that was presently living in it, the Karpetz family, that's us. They were warned that the house was haunted. While the construction crew was repairing the house, strange things started to happen. Tools went missing and window panes would fall and land absolutely intact. Okay, I can't speak for that stuff because we obviously didn't restore the house.
Yeah.
But first of all, I don't believe he killed his son.
No.
Because Audrey, our mother, said that when she did see the apparition, the spirit, that it was a teenage boy who looked like he was from like the 50s. So possibly the people who lived in the house before them, I think she said, had a teenage son that died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
She never really talked about it though, because it was what's her name's mom's brother.
Oh.
That's the tea. We went to elementary school.
Elementary school.
Yeah. And I don't think they wanted to admit it, or maybe they just didn't believe it because it was a very difficult story for them. But yeah, she said that it looked like a man,
Really?
from the 50s.
I did not know that part at all.
Basically,
Apparently I haven't known stuff either.
well, you got to get on the horn with Audrey. She'll tell you a thing or two. How are we debunking this?
I'll never tell you what I used to say when we were living there.
No.
It might have been before you.
Okay. Let's start with what Audrey used to tell Katie.
Okay, so apparently when I was little and I'd go sleep in my room, so my room, if you ever get to go to the house, is at the top of the stairs, far left. And she used to tell me that I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be like, Mom, the man came and visited me last night.
God.
He was sitting on the foot of my bed. And Mom didn't want to scare me, so she'd be like, oh, that's your guardian angel, Katie. And I'd be like, okay. So apparently I used to talk to someone on the foot of my bed every night.
Well, it's funny you should talk about being talked to.
Why? Oh, yeah. Ka-chicka-chicka-chicka.
So, my tale,
That you don't remember.
that I don't remember because I was a baby. However, Audrey, poor thing, our father was a fireman. So he was on shift work. And she was often at home alone. Our Baba did live with us, but she was a bingo Baba.
Mm-hmm.
So, many nights were spent at the bingo hall. And she would tap out for the day from babysitting and head on down to Bingo Town.
Mm-hmm.
And Audrey was alone with us.
Yeah.
Technology did exist in the early 80s. So we did have the baby monitoring system. It wasn't visual. It was just the little recording thingy. Or the walkie-talkie.
Sound thingy, yeah.
Yeah. She hears me cooing. And she hears a coo-chee-coo-chee-coo. And
She gets mad.
Oh,
She got so mad at me.
She's right pissed because what is Katie doing waking up the baby?
Sandy would only talk if there was someone in the room.
What was that?
Yeah, you'd be like, blah, 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 blah. If there was someone there.
Oh. She goes from, I guess she was in the kitchen?
Yeah, and she came out to go yell at me.
Because the way the house is set up
It's
is like you
move
have to
around.
like walk. It's open concept. And she walked through the dining room and you had to go through the living room to get up to the stairs too. And she gets there.
I'm sitting there playing.
Just chilling, playing. It's an old house. If Katie ran down the stairs,
You totally
she
would've
would have heard. Because
Yeah.
those stairs were squeaky.
Yeah.
My mom said, although we should ask her anyway, she was so tempted to just grab Katie and run out of the house and leave me in there.
Everyone would say she was a bad mother.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only
That's
thing
why.
I kept her? Oh, man. Poor
I
Sandy.
love you.
Poor Sandy.
She went upstairs after.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she went up to get you. She didn't leave you.
How did... I like how we only know partial bits
Right?
of these
Okay, no,
stories.
so she goes upstairs and she's like, who's in the room? And she's like freaked out and she gets there and you're in the crib and you're like, blah, 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 blah. Like,
Totally
fine, no one there. Nothing.
Weird.
Yeah.
There's also, there was cold spots
Oh,
in
yeah.
the house.
Our dad used to like to sleep in them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it was right by where the
dog
couch was.
We had a dog and he wouldn't go near them though.
Oh, poor Mikey.
There was another one.
Well, it's like the lights one. Remember when they first
Oh,
started?
yeah.
But I feel like that's an Audrey original.
Yeah, okay, fine. That
She
is.
needs to tell that one.
Mm-hmm. I had another one. I remember one time I went downstairs to the basement. Our basement was so creepy.
Oh yeah,
There was, like-
it was a dirt floor.
Yeah, dirt floor, creepy. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, no, it's so creepy. And there was like a water cistern in there. We actually had no city plumbing or water hookup.
We had to pay our neighbors to fill
Yeah,
it
we'd
with
run
their
a hose, garden hose, and they'd fill it up. And like you could turn on like the tap in the tub upstairs, And you could go like watch a movie while the tub was filling because there was no water pressure.
Wow.
It would take like an
I
hour
remember
to fill
that.
the tub. But I went downstairs to the basement one day, and there was all these like panes of glass, like leaning up against, I don't know, the wall or something. And I saw, and it wasn't me, I know it wasn't me, because I remember I told Mom this later, she's like, it's probably just your reflection. There was like a face going like this to the glass. And I know it wasn't me because my hands weren't up, and there were hands up on it. And it was like this like reflection. And I remember screaming and then like running out. It's a ghost coming to visit us.
Oh my god! She here! Oh, Mom,
here.
don't knock that camera over.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
We need you to confirm or deny some...
Yeah,
As I can be a voice, I don't want to be on camera.
that's
Okay.
fine. Which story were we gonna ask? Oh yeah.
Can we start with how you first... I think how we're interviewing you and you're not even here.
Okay.
She's a ghost! Can you tell us about how you first realized that our house was haunted?
We had bought the house, and all the walls were chocolate brown. Really dark
Your
brown.
favorite color.
Yeah, is this where your love of brown started?
No. Because in the olden days, the darker your house was inside, the richer you were.
Because it's more...
Woo!
It's more pigmented?
Yes, because it costs money to buy pigment. And
I am loaded apparently.
okay, and white houses were
For poor people. That's me.
okay. We lived maybe 8 blocks away, and we would go there to get it ready and clean and do whatever needed to be done because there was no locks or anything. So we're closing up whatever and get into the truck, and I look up and the master bedroom's light is on. I was sure I'd closed it, but it was on. So I said to Dad, I'll just run up the stairs and switch it off. I run up the stairs, I switch it off, I turn around, and something jumped on my back. You know, like you're gonna give someone a piggyback ride? I ran down the stairs and I ran out of the house and I'm hyperventilating and Rod goes, what's wrong? And I try to explain it, but if you don't experience it, you think the person's crazy, and he just rolled his eyes. And we go home, and the next day we go back and we're working, and we supposedly close the lights, and we go down to the vehicle, we look up, and the light is on again. And my heart is just pat, pat, pat. I'm thinking, oh. Rod goes, well, I'll go upstairs. I said, no, this is gonna be our home. I can't be scared. It's like falling off a horse. You gotta get right back on. There I go. I'm not running this time. I go and I'm going up the stairs. I go into the bedroom. I turn off the light. And it jumped on my back again. And then I ran all the way down the stairs and I ran into the truck, and I'm white and I'm hyperventilating and I'm telling Rod it happened again. But it's like if you have not experienced it or anything, you look at the people strange.
That was that.
That was the beginning.
That was the beginning. Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
Sandy said that the person you saw sitting at the table was a young man in like
it
a
looked
varsity.
like somebody out of Happy Days.
Okay, so I never knew that. You never told me that. I always thought it was Mr. Firkins at the table.
No, it was a young guy.
Yeah,
And my thoughts were, because there had been the block party that night,
yeah.
and people had come over to our house after the block party, but I'd gotten up because Sandy wanted water or something. She wanted something.
She always wants water.
And so I get up and I go down the stairs and I'm looking at this person sitting at the table, and I think to myself, don't these people know when it's time to go home? And then, poof, he was gone.
The other story, you said that I used to tell you that there was a man sitting on my bed and that I would talk to
No,
him.
it was at the end of the bed. There was
Yeah.
a guy at the end of your bed.
And you used to tell me it was my guardian angel.
Yes. What am I going to say? I'm scared. I'm going to make the kids scared.
What was the other thing we were talking about?
What?
The cold spot in the living
We
room.
talked about that.
What about the coochie coochie coo?
We talked about that.
Yeah. Although if you want to tell your rendition of it, because you lived it.
Okay. I'm in the kitchen and Katie's sitting in the dining room. Sandy was upstairs in her crib. And we had a baby monitor. Because Sandy, we got a gift of a baby monitor when Sandy was born.
Ooh, technology.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I hear coochie coochie coo. And I hear Sandy answering.
See?
You know? And there it is again. Coochie coochie coo. And I'm thinking, you, Katie, are upstairs waking her and I'm going to kill you. So I go into the dining room and there you are sitting at the table. And I turn and look at the baby monitor and it goes, and Sandy, and my first thoughts were to grab you and run out of the house. But then I thought, we can't leave Sandy up there.
Yeah, but you said everyone would think you were a bad mother.
No, I would.
Oh, I thought you said that.
No, I would.
Maybe you were just kidding with me.
No, I would have never thought that.
Okay.
But now I'm scared and I've got to go upstairs. So there I am, stomping up the stairs. And all the while I'm stopping, I'm hearing like, and then when I get to the bend, stops, totally quiet. I go into the bedroom, it's totally quiet. Sandy looks at me, and then she goes, and we would never talk about it. We would never talk about it in the house.
No, really?
Because I would start to get goosebumps and everything. And if you talk about it, you make it stronger. So I'm thinking, well, at least we did something right, because I would just get goosebumps all over my arms and stuff.
Sandy needs her water again.
Mom! Bring me water!
Do you have wine?
Anything else?
Those are just really what stands out.
Yeah.
There was probably lots of little things, but you just would let them go because you couldn't dwell too much on it because you could go insane.
You should have kept a journal, Audrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It would have
but
been
then
better
she
than
would
that book that was so wrong. It's funny, I see these books on ghost stories of hotels and all this.
I know,
and
you don't want to buy them anymore.
I would never buy one again because of how inaccurate the facts were in our case.
What? You mean we didn't have a ventriloquist dummy?
And the one where they made a TV thing on it, I actually emailed the producer and thanked them for making me so young and good looking, but where did they get this information from? Because a lot of it was wrong and they never responded.
Okay, so this is from my friend Simon Underwood. How strong is your belief in the supernatural?
Mine's quite strong.
I have to say, after having lived it, not that I remember too much, but there was kind of always like a feeling around it. I think it just depends how sensitive you are.
Like our mom's super sensitive.
Oh yeah, so I would say pretty strong. Pretty strong.
Are you married? And I wrote, not sure what this has to do with a haunted house. And then I got this gem of a reply back. Oh, wait for it. He wrote, well, because maybe you live in the house with your husband and he went crazy. Touche.
How about any specific that you will not forget entire life?
Mine's the window one.
That's creepy. I have vague recollections of like being in my crib and like ripping wallpaper and just feeling like I wasn't alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe they were telling you to do it.
Yeah.
They're like that wallpaper is hideous. Rip
That
shit
is
down.
inappropriate and not period specific. Get it out of my house. What was the craziest thing that happened? Oh, it's from our cousin Alexa.
Oh.
I think we answered that.
Yeah. When did you first know? Was it a feeling? A sighting? Cold spots. What else was there? I think we covered everything on that. Have you ever heard your name being called by spirits? Yeah, I did.
That was in the other house.
Yeah.
Oh, there was also that little weird
Turtle
Sorry.
baby.
There's also that clown music box that would start to like spin.
Oh, I hated that
and
thing.
play music. So
That's
Audrey had
right.
this terrible tchotchke. Audrey,
I think
our
it was
mom.
yours, actually. I think it was like a baby present to you.
Was it?
Probably.
It wasn't in my room though.
Where was it?
I thought it was on her dresser.
Oh, maybe you're right.
So it was this like terrible tchotchke, which I do.
It was
still
like a jack in the
have.
box, but it was porcelain and it was a clown.
I mean, all the things you're saying is terrible.
I know, it's like a box of terrifying.
It was maybe about this big, and you would wind it up, and the clown inside, the porcelain, terrifying clown inside, would spin, and this twinkly music would play.
Yeah.
But you know, just start doing it even if you hadn't spun it.
Yeah. Actually, do you remember I had a porcelain moon with a penguin on it sleeping?
Yeah.
That would do that too, now that I think about it.
And you know what?
Yeah.
When we moved into the other house, they stopped.
Yeah.
Did you see any ghosts? I think Katie did. I must have, but again, quite young. So
Yeah. Did you ever feel unsafe? And no, not there. In the old house.
no.
I loved living there.
I felt more scared of our new house.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, something's off here, but I think it's just because it was like too new, you know? And Heather, Emily, said, yeah, did they make this shit up? And I think that was in regards to the book. And yes, there was lots so made up stuff there. And then Katie Dane, also a lovely lady from Edmonton, said, yes, tell me everything. I think we're on our way to doing that.
Yeah.
Did you feel a ghost? And that is from Jessica. Anyway, sorry. Did you feel a ghost? Did you see a ghost? I feel like yes to both. For you. You ever feel it? Cold spots.
Yeah, cold spots. From my friend Marcus. Are the ghosts Canadian? No, they were American. Or no, wait, I guess they were. Never mind. They would have been Canadian.
If it was from the original era of the people, which I don't think
then they would have been American.
Because he was from Chicago. But
see, even your ghosts are leaving your country.
do you know any confirmed stories about why it's haunted? Well, we have our suspicions, but...
Yeah. And I just learned about that new one.
How did your modern fam live in such an old house? Well, let me tell you. Our sewage went straight into the North Saskatchewan River and...
Joke's on you, Edmonton.
Thank goodness it was upriver from the water treatment plant.
Yes.
But still gross.
Mm-hmm.
And
we had no water.
We weren't hooked up to
the city.
So we had to, as we mentioned, buy water off our neighbor. It's amazing.
And we had a forest in our backyard in the middle of the city, which was amazing.
I was just gonna say, it's amazing that we even had electricity.
Right?
Do you think that your interest in witchiness might have begun because of living in a haunted house?
I don't know, cause I don't like from that being really really young. I have memories of there from when I was 4 and stuff like that. Halloween was always my jam.
Yeah.
And then I remember I always wanted to be a witch for Halloween, and I still have it actually. I have this old book, and it's about the littlest witch or something like that. And I remember I'd read it, and I'd be like, oh, this is my spell book. And I couldn't read, so I'd be garbling stuff, and I'd be I remember one time I was I'm gonna make spiders, and I was reading this book, and then a whole bunch of spiders came out from under the accordion heater in the old house, and that's when I was I'm a witch. I am convinced I'm a witch. And I would have probably been about 3 or 4 at that point.
So Katie, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me at thewitchery.ca or Witcheryway on Instagram.
I'll link it all below.
The point down. Isn't that what the cool people do?
And if you have any more questions for us about this, or our mom, who's the disembodied voice behind the camera,
thanks for stopping by, Mom.
Comment below, and we will get back to you either in another video next year. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Everyone gonna say bye on one?
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.